Hi Leo, Ethereal Awakening here doing individual zodiac sign readings. This one's for Leo. I'm going to do you and them and pull 2 oracle cards. And I'm actually going back to using my good old trusty bicycle deck. This deck is very woe begotten. You can see the cards have been through it. But they've got a lot of my juju on them, so to speak, and I can read them very well. So I'm going to pull 2 oracle cards. I'm going to use bicycle for my tarot, and I'm going to pull 2 tarot cards as a resolution between the two and see how the story unfolds this way. So Leo, you are my first reading that's going to be done in this fashion. Let's see what Spirit wants the Leos watching this video to concentrate on, or to make notice of, or just what story wants to be pulled through for my Leos. All right. The first energy out is protection. Very pretty card. I love the angelic kind of presence that is represented in the clouds here. The oranges, the sacral chakra. And choices is the other energy. Also lots of orange and yellow in both of these cards. So Leo, protection and choices. I'm going to shuffle the bicycle deck and get to pull and see how these energies are being deepened with the rest of the story here. All right, got the Queen of Cups in the heart space under the protection side, and I've got the Fool card. So Leo, I'm going to go with protection. I feel like that's right away that's drawing me to the Leo that's watching this. Queen of Cups in the heart space under protection. So I want to go with that being the Leo. It could be the cross watcher. Again, please flip the energies if need be. But with that Queen of Cups, it's like this Leo, these Leos, this energy is very mindful of what it's taken to get you to this level of emotional maturity. And you might be a little hyper vigilant in the protection, like, you know, cutting out people, or not cutting out people, but just that hyper vigilant, you know, like always on guard, like somebody's out to get me, you know, kind of looking for the boogeyman underneath your bed kind of thing. I'm just kind of getting that because I've got that protection card here, because not only does it look like there's an angelic presence, to me there's kind of like between that side and this side of the clouds, on either side of what would be like the skirt of the angel, I see kind of hands. I don't know if that image is coming through. It's like 2 hands scooping down. And as I see this over the heart space of that Queen of Cups, it's almost like coming down and holding onto your heart. And then that Queen of Cups is there, like that's me and my emotional maturity, and you might be holding on a little too tight. Under the choices, this other energy, whoever you're dealing with, Leo, they just want to relieve themselves of their baggage. You can see in the choices card, the open arms, letting it go. Choices, what choices do I have? And then the Joker card in my bicycle deck represents the Fool card. I mean, he's got the that kind of the jester's cap on, with all the alchemical symbols and the balls at the end. I love this deck in particular. I believe it's called the version of a bicycle deck I picked up at like a CVS or something. Great deck. And again, you can see how woebegone these cards are. They've been through it with me. They've been wet. They've been out in the rain. They've gone through a lot of things with me. So they carry deep stories for me. And that's why I like to use them. I'm going to go back to using them. If you don't like the way they look, hey, there's other readers out there. But I love my bicycle deck. So, yeah. So, Leo, I want to say that you might be a little overprotective of your heart, of your emotional maturity, how far you've come, which there's nothing wrong with that. Nobody said that's bad. You have every right to be however you want to be. And then this other energy, whoever you're dealing with, or flip-flop the energies if need be, they're just ready for what their choices are. Like, they're open-armed, like, where do I go from here kind of feeling. I want something new. I want to relieve myself of my baggage. What choices do I have to do that? In the recent past, for this first energy, I've got the Eight of Pentacles. So whatever this relationship was work. And it was work to get you to this emotional maturity. I want to say already that this person and you are probably not in contact anymore. I might guess otherwise, but just with that hard work in the past, and then how overprotective of you are of yourself, there might have been some lessons learned in this relationship, and then something new from this other side. So it's kind of telling me, there must have been some sort of completion through this. There is the Two of Cups in the recent past on the other energy side. So definitely some relationship, hard work. I want to say this relationship that was in the past. If this relationship was in the past and the person who wants something new and is trying to figure out what their choices are, I feel like it's that they have choices for how to relieve themselves of their baggage. Because with that Fool card, again, the Fool doesn't have any baggage. He's a little naive, in the other, on the other side of the spectrum when it comes to the Fool energy. But at the same token, when he becomes balanced, he recognizes that a little bit of imagination and naivete is not a bad thing. So keeping mindful of what's in the past, and there's been some relationships that were in the past. Wanting something new tells me that if this relationship's ended and there's another relationship, even the relationship they're currently in is not satisfying to them. So in the future position, under the protection energy, I've got the Four of Cups. So I'm going to go right back into the story. There's a little bit of holding too tightly and being a little hyper vigilant here, Leo. A little more carefree, a little less everybody's out to get me. And that is a blanketed way of saying not everyone has bad intentions. Not everyone is, going to do you wrong. You'll find it if you're looking for it. So, being under that protection, understanding that you are protected so long as you do not fall victim to the same types of intuitive red flags that you had before. You won't invest your emotions into something that will turn out to be. This is the warning. The Four of Cups in your future position tells me that you're not seeing the forest for the trees, that you're so focused in on what this individual did. Well, they did this and I'll be looking for that. They did that, so I'll be looking for that. You're going to find it. Well, you'll find whatever you're looking for instead of backing up and going, whoa, whoa, whoa. Why did I ignore those red flags? That intuitive, that don't feel right. I shouldn't be getting involved with someone who is love bombing me. Within a week of knowing them, they're love bombing you. You know, those kinds of things, which we do have those red flags. We do. You can ignore them, but that again would be missing the forest for the trees. Looking at the big picture. You put yourself in a situation where somebody wasn't behaving at an emotionally mature level, and that's what you are. You're at a level that you'll be able to recognize this now. In the future position under the choices, I've got the Four of Swords. So this person looks like on the path that they're going, they're looking for some healing. They need some healing. And the Four of Swords to me is not that voluntary, I'm going to take some time out and focus on me. The Four of Swords to me is that emotional exhaustion that God says, okay, if you don't want to do it yourself, I'll do it for you, and puts you on your back. Makes you have a breakdown. A lot. I mean, I know I've had 2 different suicide attempts in my past. Those are moments, those were Four of Swords moments. So emotionally exhausted and crying for help. That's what a Four of Swords is to me. And I'm not saying this person's going to make a suicide attempt. That was my those were a couple of my Four of Swords moments that I'm saying. Those kinds of things. It's when you feel so out of control that God says, okay, you need to be smacked down on your back to spend some time on you. Healing. And the energy between the two of you is the Nine of Pentacles. This is, you two guys aren't together anymore. So this relationship could have just ended, or this other person has, if you're not in the relationship, if it wasn't this relationship in the recent past that this person had in their energy, then they've gone through another relationship that they're ready for something new from. Something along those lines. Because there's choices here. This is kind of like Seven of Cups energy to me. So this person has choices. It's confusion. It's confusion because we've got Four of Swords. But the Nine of Pentacles between you guys tells me that you're both independent. So right now, neither one of you are with someone. Romantically, that is. And then I'm going to pull 2 tarot cards as the resolution between the two of you. Let's see what we got. Both the future positions are 4s. Those are numbers of stability. So whatever you both are going through is going to create another level of stability in your independence. Because the energy between you guys is this Nine of Pentacles. That Nine of Pentacles encompasses, stability. It's the independent stability, recognizing that you can do all things solely and still be fulfilled and still be successful. So the 2 cards between you two as a resolution, we've got the Four of Swords. So this relationship has taught both, is teaching, has taught, will teach you both some major lessons on healing instability. 4 rods. You can't make this shit up. And with that 4 of rods present, I want to say this relationship is fated to come back together. It may not be romantic. It could be familial. So Leo, this is definitely this person that had on the choices energy side, whichever, if it's you or them. I want to say they're in a relationship. So if your relationship was in the past, their relationship that they're in is bringing them to this realization that they want something new. So they may still be in a relationship, but there are 4 fours here. I don't have the 4 of Pentacles, but I have the 9 of Pentacles between the two of you. So this relationship was very pivotal. I want to say it's fated to come back together. So it may not be romantic on this front. I'm just saying that this one energy is in a relationship, or it is a romantic relationship that ended, and it's causing you both to come to some major some healing, some recognition of the bigger picture on both sides. Major healing on that Choice's energy side, because they want something new and they don't know how to get it. They want to know how to relieve themselves of the baggage. 4 swords between him. There's 8 swords. So there's a stuckness here. That stuckness will motivate this person to, that's kind of like a bottom moment. That bottom is where we go when we are stuck and we have no other way out. So the bottom moments are actually gifts from God. I'm surprised I don't have the Ace of Pentacles here, but I've got so many 4s. The 4-cornered foundation of stability, mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual, present here. 4 4s are present, plus all these pentacles. Actually, I do have the Ace of Pentacles in the past. So this relationship is a gift. It was a gift for both of you to recognize the healing that needs to happen and who each one of you are individually, so that whether you come, I want to say you guys are fated to come back together, but I'm not going to put my yes, that's going to happen. Everyone has free will, but this was definitely a fated relationship. So that's all I got for you, Leo. I hope you liked it.